Hello, welcome to the video for the Mathematics SPM Trial paper 2024, Selangor paper 1. So let's look at the questions from this paper. So if we look at the question 1 from the paper 1. So diagram shows a cylinder. Height of the cylinder is 21 cm. So given the volume of the cylinder, I want to use pi equals to 22 over 7 to calculate the length in cm of the circumference of the base of the cylinder. Okay. So, yeah. Basically, we just need to use the formula for volume of cylinder first. Okay, volume of cylinder, and we can find the radius. So volume of cylinder, the formula is pi r square h. So pi is 22 over 7 times radius square times height. Height is 21 cm. It will be equals to the volume, 12,936. Okay, pi always follow the value of pi given. If they give you 22 over 7, use 22 over 7. So 22 over 7 times 21. Okay, we will get 66. 66 r square is 12,936. Bring over the 66, we divide by 66. So 12,936 divided by 66. We will get 196. So get rid of the square, opposite square root of 196, we will get 14. So square root of 196, you can see, it will be 14. So radius is 14 cm. But that's not what we want. We want the circumference of the base of the cylinder. So circumference, we use the formula for circumference, which is also a given formula. Circumference equals to 2 pi r. So 2 times 22 over 7 times the radius 14. 2 times 22 over 7 times 14, we will get 88. So it is 88 cm. That's the answer for question 1. Now, question 2. Here we just want to find the area. Okay. Here we only have the question in Malay, but yeah, I'm sure everyone can understand. Okay. So basically, we want to build a hall. Okay. Majlis Bandaraya Diraja Klang wants to build a hall using tiles with square-shaped, using square-shaped tiles with a length of side 60 cm. Okay, to cover the floor. So after calculation, okay, they need 2,160 pieces of tile. So they want the area of the hall in meter square. So be aware this is in meter square, but the length of the side for tiles that we have is in cm. So when we convert unit, it's better to convert from the length. So 60 cm is basically 0.6 meters. Okay, it's 0.6 meters. So, rather than using 60 cm and find the area, then only I try to convert. It's better to convert from the length, 0.6 meters. So area of one tile will be 0.6 square, means 0.36 meters square. So they want 2,160 pieces of tile. So I times 0.36. 2160 times 0.36, we will get 777.6. This is in as a single number. Okay, meter square. So convert to standard form, shift two spaces, divide 100. So I have to times back 10 to the power of 2. Okay, so answer would be A. Of course, if you want to use calculator to put in standard form by changing it to scientific notation mode, okay, you can maximize the number of decimals. You would also basically get the same thing, 7.776 times 10 to the power of 2. Okay. That's question 2. Now, we look at question 3. Here we want to express st plus tu over 4t squared minus 1 divided by s squared minus u squared over 4t squared minus 4t plus 1. So this is basically algebraic fraction that we want to simplify. So to simplify this, we need to factorize everything we can, and divide, we want to change to divide by a fraction. We want to change to times and then flip the fraction around. So factorize this, st plus tu is, it has a common factor of t. So take out t, s plus u. 4t squared minus 1. So 4t squared minus 1 is the same as 2t bracket square minus 1 square. 1 and 1 square is the same. So this is in the form a square minus b square. So I can factorize into 1 bracket plus, 1 bracket minus. Okay, 1 bracket plus and 1 bracket minus. So I get 2t plus 1, 2t minus 1. Divide, change to times, flip the fraction around. Here also I can factorize. This 4t squared minus 4t plus 1. There's two ways you can factorize it. Either you put it in this form. Okay, which is the a square plus minus 2ab plus b square, which is equals to a plus minus b bracket square. Yeah, so this is 2t minus here, so minus 1 bracket square. Okay, if not, if you want to use cross method, or even if you use calculator to factorize, is no issue. Okay, there won't be any working requirement for your factorizations like this. So in this case, 2t minus 1 bracket square over s square minus u square. So again, 1 bracket plus, 1 bracket minus. Yeah, because a square minus b square. So s plus u, s minus u. S plus u I can cut. 2t minus 1 I can cut. So you see, I'm left with t bracket 2t minus 1 on top. Bottom, I have 2t plus 1 and s minus u, which answer would be A. Yeah. Okay. Then we look at the question 4. So the table shows the electricity cost for every kilowatt hours. So calculate the total cost that has to be paid by Encik Fahmi if the usage of electricity in April is 304 kilowatt hours. So 304 kilowatt hours means for the first block, okay, of charges, it is 200 kilowatt hours multiplied by 0.218. Second block from 201 to 300, so 100 kilowatt hours times 0.334. And third block, I have 4 kilowatt hours times 0.516. So I add all 3 blocks, each of the 3 blocks of charges together. So it means 200 times 0.218 plus 100 times 0.334 plus 4 times 0.516. Yeah, just like that. So we get 79 ringgit and 6 cents. Okay, if let's say there is a service tax, okay, usually for usage above 600 kilowatt hours, then we have to add in the service tax as well. But in this case, there isn't any, so we just calculate, yeah, the charges on each block according to, up to how many kilowatt hours of usage on it. That's question 4. Then question 5. They just want to know which of the following is a sequence. So if it is a sequence, it should follow a specific pattern of change. Okay, from -9 to -18, it's decreasing by 9, but from -18 to 0, then suddenly it plus 18, then here plus 18, then suddenly here minus 9. So it's not a fixed pattern of change here. So it doesn't represent a sequence. It should have a specific pattern of change. Shouldn't be a varying pattern throughout. 5 to 1.5. 1.5 to 0.45, 0.45 to 0.135. If we try to divide, doesn't really make sense also. Okay, 5, I can't divide 1.5. Actually, I guess technically I can, times 10 over 3. Sorry, times 3 over 10. Okay, or times 0.3. 1.5 times 0.3. 0.45 times 0.3. Yeah, it actually works. Times 0.3 times 0.3 times 0.3 here to here times another 0.3. Yeah, it is following the same pattern. So it is a sequence. Yeah, this should be the correct one. If I try this, plus 3, plus 5, plus 6, plus 1. So yeah, it's not a specific pattern. Minus 5, minus 5, minus 6, minus 4 is not a fixed pattern as well. So the only one that changes in the fixed pattern is this. So that would be the sequence. Okay, that's for question 5. Then question 6. Simplify this. Okay, these are indices. So when I simplify index, when there's bracket, open up the bracket first. So power everything inside. So p to the power of 9. Okay, power on top power, they'll multiply. Q to the power of -2 power 3 means -2 times 3, -6 over 4pq times 12p square q cubed. 4 and 12, I can cut, left with 3. P, I can cut one of the P. Q, I can cut one of the Q here, becomes Q square. So it is P to the power of 9 times P means power plus 1. Q to the power of -6 times power plus 2. And the 3, I can just put in front 3. So it means 3p to the power of 10, q to the power of -4. Power negative, we put on the bottom of the fraction. So over q to the power of 4. 3p to the power of 10 over q to the power of 4. Answer C. Just like that, simplifying the index. Okay, if you don't want to cut first and you want to just combine everything, p to the power of 9 divide power minus 1 times power plus 2. Also can q to the power -6 minus 1 then plus 3. It will end up being the same thing lah. Okay. Then question 7. So I'm given this equation, square root of 9m equals 4p plus r over p. So express p in terms of m and r. So I need p in terms of m and r. So I have p in the bottom of fraction. So I need to bring it up first. So we have square root of 9m p times p equals 4p plus r. So put the p terms together, put the terms with the subject together. Square root of 9m times p minus 4p equals r. Then, because I have multiple terms with the subject, okay, of the formula, I have to factorize that subject that I want. Okay, so it'll be p bracket square root of 9m minus 4 equals to r. Then p equals r over square root of 9m minus 4. Yeah. So if you feel like, why is there no such answer here? Because square root of 9m is the same as square root of 9 times m. So I can separate out the 9 and separate out the m. It's the same as square root of 9 times square root of m. Square root of 9 is just 3. So it's 3 square root of m. That's why it is p equals r over 3 square root of m minus 4, which is answer B. Yeah, just like that. Then, question 8. S is the money income for Encik Johan in ringgit. So the money income of Encik Johan is more than, lebih daripada means more than 8,300. So when it's just more than 8,300, then it should be just the more than symbol. So it doesn't include any equal. Okay. If it's like at least, then we include the equal. Okay. So in this case, answer would just be C. Okay. It should be very, very simple linear inequality. Then we look at the question 9. So the volume of gas changes directly. Berubah secara langsung means varies directly. Okay, with the temperature T, and secara songsang means inversely with the pressure P. Okay, so variation always form the equation. So V varies means it should be equals to a constant. Directly we times T. Inversely we divide. So over P. So I'm given volume is 225 when the temperature and gas pressure is 300 and 100. So means temperature I put 300, pressure I put 100. So I can cut the zeros here, then we will get basically 225 over 3 equals K. 225 divided 3, 75. Means V is 75T over P. So I want the volume when temperature drop down to 270 Kelvin and gas pressure is 150 Newton cm per cm square. So 75 times 270 divide 150. So I will get 135. Answer B. Yeah, just like that. That's question 9. Okay, then we look at question 10. So here we have equilateral triangle QRU and two squares PQUV and RSTU. Given the area is 36 cm square, find the difference, calculate the difference in area between square RSTU and equilateral triangle QRU. So I'm given area of PQV, okay, area of the square. So using the area of the square, okay, using the area of the square, we should be able to get the length of the side of the square. And how do we find length of sides of a square? Basically, we square root 36. Okay, make sure you remember, area, you square the length of sides. So opposite of square is square root. So we square root the area of a square to get back the length of one side. Means 6 cm. Means each of these sides is 6 cm. So since a square and equilateral triangle, all of this should be the same. Yeah. So I know here is 6. Yeah. But to get area of triangle, okay, to get area of triangle, we need half times base times height. Height should be the vertical height. Height and base must be 90 degrees to each other. So I have to split this into a right-angled triangle. Then you see, I can use Pythagoras theorem. Here would be half of the 6 cm, 3 cm. So let's put h, 3 square plus h square equals to 6 square. A square plus b square equals c square. C must be the hypotenuse. So bring over 6 square minus 3 square. H is square root of 6 square minus 3 square. So we calculate 6 square minus 3 square. 36 minus 9 is 27. So square root of 27. Yeah. So area of a square is 36. Area of triangle, half times base, 6 times height, square root of 27. Half times 6 times square root of 27, we would get 15.59. So 36 minus 15.59 would be the difference, which is 20.41. So answer would be C. Okay, that's for question 10. Yeah. Then question 11. So in diagram 3, line QST is a straight line, while PQ and RS are parallel lines. So given that angle PQR and angle QRQS are congruent, PQR, this one, RQS, this one, are congruent. Means they have the same angle. Okay. PQ, RS are parallel. So I want X plus Y plus Z. So you see, if this is 68, here would be 68 as well. And since I know this is 90 degrees, that means I will be able to find Y. Y is 90 minus 68, which is 22 degrees. Okay. X and z. Z here would be z as well. Okay. And since I already know y is 22, here is 68. Actually, I would know here is 90 as well, since this is a straight line. This side 90, this side also 90. So I would be able to find x plus z. X plus z is 180 minus 90, which is 90. So x plus y plus z, I can take 22 plus 90, 112. Answer B. So not necessarily we have to find each of the angles separately. Okay, sometimes I can find them together. Sometimes maybe all three angles we find it directly. Means I find x plus y plus z straight. Okay, or it can be separated x plus z here. I find y, then I put them together. Okay, it depends on how they manage the question. Okay, so look at question 12 now. Given the price of a camera before 10% sales tax is 5,490, I want to calculate selling price of a camera after the tax is imposed. So it's just 10% sales tax on top of the price of the camera, 5,490, which means it will just be 110%, or if you want to count 10% and add on to this, also it is possible. You will get the same thing, which will be 110 over 100 times 5490. So it's 6,039 ringgit. So answer would just be A. Yeah. So the tax, just add on the percentage of the tax in. That should be fairly simple. So we can look at question 30. I'm given the simultaneous linear equations mx plus 12y equals 9 and x equals 5 plus 4y have no solutions. So express m in terms of n. Okay, express m in terms of n. So since they have no solutions, okay, no solutions, let's first put them in the same form. So mx plus 12y equals 9. If I rearrange, it will be nx minus 4y equals 5 here. Actually, two straight lines having no solution. Yeah, actually that means both straight lines, okay, because linear equations are straight lines. So if two straight lines have no solution, means they do not intersect at all. And when will two straight lines not intersect? Basically, it's when they are parallel. Okay, m1 equals to m2. Both have the same gradient. So 12y equals negative mx plus 9 divided by 12. Y equals negative m over 12x plus 9 over 12 is 3 over 4. Okay, but it's not important. I just need the gradient, negative m over 12. The other equation, 4y equals nx minus 5 divided by 4. Y is n over 4x minus 5 over 4. So the other gradient, n over 4. So this should be equal. Yeah, this should be equal. So I bring over the negative 12. M is n over 4 times negative 12, which I get negative 3n. M equals negative 3n. Answer would be A. So this is a bit of a tricky question. Okay. The fact that they tell you it's a simultaneous linear equation, but then they talk about having no solution. So it's actually using straight lines. So the only way two straight lines will not intersect each other is if they have the same gradient when they are parallel lines. Okay. That's question 13. Then look at the question 14 here. So this one is trigo ratios. I'm given AB equals 2AF. AB equals 2AF. AF equals GC equals 10 cm. So I know here is 10 cm. GC is 10 cm. AB is 2AF, means it's 20 cm. Sin M is 12 over 13. Okay. So sin M is here, but it's not inside the right angled triangle. I need to relate with the angle inside the right angled triangle. Okay. So it's the same as a second quadrant angle, M degrees. So this angle is the same as this, which is the reference angle. So trigo ratio of the reference angle would be the same, except for whether it's positive or negative. But in this case, it would be the same for sine. Since second quadrant angle, sine is still positive. Okay. So it means so ga dua. So opposite over hypotenuse is 12 over 13. Yeah. Okay, opposite over hypotenuse would be 12 over 13. So yeah, it's in the ratio of 12 over 13 here. See. Yeah. So you see, although I don't have the opposite length, but if it's 12 over 13, means it should relate opposite 12, hypotenuse 13. So the adjacent would be 5, which I have the adjacent here being 10. Okay, so I can actually relate if this is 10, means I should double each of the length here. So means it's 10, 24, and 26. In other words, here is 24 cm. Hypotenuse should be 26 cm. So BC would be 6 cm. Then cos N. N I can relate with this angle. Also second quadrant angle. So cos second quadrant would be negative. Okay, it's S. So cos is negative. Adjacent 6, hypotenuse 10. So it's 3 over 5. Negative 3 over 5. Answer B. Yeah, that's the question 14. Okay, it's a bit tricky because I don't relate the opposite straight. Instead, think about how the whole triangle relates with the adjacent angle included as well. Yeah. Then we look at the question 15. The diagram shows two circles with the same size. PJR is a common tangent for both circles. It's a common tangent. HJN and LJK are straight lines. So this is an equilateral triangle, all three sides same. So it means each of the angles 60 degrees. So I would know here is 60 degrees as well. So if I know here is 60, okay, from the same arc, I would know here would be 60 degrees as well. Then angle JLM. JLM, this angle is 32 degrees. Yeah. So, yeah, I can actually already find here using angle in a triangle. So 180 minus 32 minus 60. 88 degrees. So means X is 180 minus 88, which is 92 degrees. Answer C. Yeah. So this is one of the kind of rare questions where there's tangent line involved, but I don't even need to use the tangent line at all. Yeah, which is actually very rare lah. Yeah, it's actually very rare. It is possible to use the tangent line actually. Okay, it is actually possible to use the tangent line to relate, but in this case, we don't have to lah. Okay, I don't feel it's any easier using the tangent line. Yeah, so let's just stick to this way. Then question 6. Height of shimmy, Ayan and Mida are 101,000,001 base 2 cm, 231 in base 8 cm, 1123 base 5 cm respectively. Calculate the average height of them in cm. So the average height we just want in base 10. So we convert each of this into base 10. Okay. So for base 2 and base 8, you can actually use calculator to convert. Okay, of course, if you want to do it the manual method, it's fine as well. But base number for base 2 and base 8, you can use calculator. Okay, go to base mode. So switch between these four for binary base 2, OCT, octal base 8, DEC for decimals. Decimals is base 10. So let's say I start binary 101,000,001. Okay, equals, then I press decimal to change to base 10, 161. Then I go octal, 231 equals, then decimal, 153 in base 10. Okay, for base 5, I have to convert manually. So start from right to left, power 0, 1, 2, 3 means 1 times of the 5 to the power 3, 1 of the 5 to the power 2, plus 2 means 2 times of 5 to the power 1, plus 3 times of 5 to the power 0 means just 3. So we calculate 5 power 3 plus 5 square plus 2 times 5 plus 3. We get 163. Okay, so these three values, average, we add together, divide by 3. 161 plus 153 plus 163, 477. Then we divide 3, 159. Average height, 159 cm. Okay, so select. Then question 7. What can you conclude based on the pattern of the wallpaper? So when we form a pattern using the repetition of the same shapes, a repeating pattern using repetition of same shapes, okay, without any gap in between, basically that is what we call a tessellation. So yeah, it's straightforward. Then question 18. So I'm given, okay, universal set is students in form 5A, and I'm given 32 of them. Yeah, there are 32 students in form 5A. 8 of the students are, yeah, are members of both the history, history society and math society. So number of math society members is 2 times the number of history society members. 4 students are not members of both societies, so means outside should be 4 here. Find the number of students that are history society members only. So number of maths society members means x minus 8 plus 8. Okay, this whole group is 2 times the number of history society members, 2x minus 8 plus 8 x is, oh sorry, my bad, it's the other way. 2 times of this is 2x minus 8, which I will actually just get 2x equals 2x now. Okay, so I won't be able to find using this information. It's already basically shown. But another thing that I know is there are 32 students in total, means all together at everything together, x minus 8 plus 8 plus 2x minus 8 plus 4 should be equals to 32. Okay, so 3x minus 4 is 32. 3x is 32 plus 4, 36. Bring over the 3, divide 3. X is 12. So history members only means 12 minus 8, which is 4. So 4 members. Okay, 4 members are members of history society only. Means they are not in math society, but only in history society. Yeah. Then question 19. I have cumulative frequency table here showing the number of pens owned by students of 5 Amana. If the mode is 1, state one possible value of x. So this is not the frequency, this is a cumulative frequency. Means I should be able to see, look back at the frequency for each of this. This is 18 minus 17, 1. 17 minus 15 is 2. 15 minus 10 is 5. Here would be 10 minus x, and here would be x. So if the mode is 1, means 1 should have the highest frequency. X should be the highest frequency. Okay, the next highest is already 5 here. So only possible case is if this is 6. Yeah, if it's 5, then there will be 3 modes actually. 1, 2, and 3 are both the modes because all 3 will have a frequency of 5. Then any less than 2 would be the mode instead of 1. Yeah. So answer D. Then question 20. Sarah deposited 10,000 ringgit in a bank on 1st December 2018 with interest rate 4% per annum. After N years, the total amount of a savings is 10,000 times 1.04 to the power of N. Calculate the total amount of her savings to the nearest ringgit on 1st of December 2024. So from December 2018 to December 2024 means it is after 6 years. 2019, 20, 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 6 years pass. So means it's when N is 6. So we just calculate 10,000 forget 1.04 to the power of 6. Okay. Yeah. So since this is already given, you can just straight away use the exponential function to calculate 10,000 times 1.04 to the power of 6. So it's 12,653. Answer C. Okay. And question 20. So here we have a stem and leaf diagram. Okay. I want to count the percentage of students that does not need to attend. Okay, that will not need to attend the class pemulihan. Okay, so they need at least 80 marks to attend the class pemulihan. Yeah. So means if I don't need to attend, means it should be less than 80 marks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 of them. So percentage, you have to over the total. So here we have 10, 11, 12. 13 plus 12 is 25. And to get percentage, I times 100. So 13 over 25 times 100, we will get 52. Means 52% of them do not need to attend the class pemulihan. Okay. And question 22. So here, determine the x-intercept of line QR given that OP is parallel to QR. OP parallel to QR means they have the same gradient. Okay, so I find gradient of QR, which is same as gradient of OP. So gradient, O here means 0, 0. So it's 2 minus 0 over 6 minus 0. Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. So 1 over 3. QR has the same gradient. Okay, so equation of line QR, y equals mx plus c. M is 1 over 3, c I do not know. So to find c, again, I substitute the coordinates of the point in. So 6 equals 1 over 3 times 9 plus c. 6 equals to 3 plus c. 6 minus 3 is c. C would be 3. Then I can put it back. Y equals 1 over 3x plus 3. Now, once I have the equation of the line, whenever we want to find the x-intercept, how we get x-intercept? Basically, x-intercept, you want to remember, x-intercept means when y is 0. If it's y-intercept, it's when x is 0, regardless of what equation it is. So in this case, y equals 0, 1 over 3x plus 0 equals 1 over 3x plus 3. Negative 3 equals 1 over 3x. Negative 3 times 3 is x. So the x-intercept is negative 9. Answer would be A. Yeah. Okay. Then question 23. Here we have matrices. 4m times n negative 2 equals 20, negative 8, negative 15, 6. So find m plus n. So we just need to multiply these two matrices together, then compare each of the elements. Okay. So first matrix, we follow the rows. Second matrix, we separate by columns. So first row, first column, 4 times n, 4n. First row times second column, negative 8. Second row, first column, mn. Second row times second column, negative 2m. So you see, negative 8 is the same. Each of the elements here should be same as well. So 4n equals 20. N would be 5. Negative 2m equals to 6. M would be 6 divided negative 2, which is negative 3. So m is negative 3, n is 5. M plus n, negative 3 plus 5, we get 2. Answer B. Right. Then question 24. So diagram shows distance against time graph of the route from Asman's house to his working place. So I want to find average speed. Sorry, I'm given average speed. Okay, average speed is 60 km per hour. Determine the value of t. So average speed would be total distance, which in this case is just the 100 km over total time. Total time is not exactly the t value here, but yeah, it is the time lah. Okay, let's say I put capital T lah, just to differentiate with this t. Total distance over total time is 60, means 100 divided 60 is the total time. Then we calculate 100 divided 60 is 5 over 3. But 5 over 3 is in hours. So let's change to hours and minutes. Okay. So actually, a trick to change hours and minutes is actually to put in degrees. Degree and minute actually would be the same as your hours and minutes. So it's actually 1 hour, 40 minutes. That's a quick way to change to minutes, hours and minutes. So 1 hour and 40 minutes after 6 o'clock, so means 7:40. Answer D. Yeah, that is question 24. Then question 25. So which region satisfy both inequalities here? X more equals 2y and y more than negative 2 over 5x plus 4. Okay, so this one, x more equals 2y. You either look at it two ways. Either you look at it as 2y less or equals to x. Okay, I flip the fraction around. Then I compare the y. Y less means is below. Okay, this one, positive gradient going up is this line. Also, you can see more or equals, there's equals, definitely is the solid line. So less below. Okay, or we can look at the x. X more means to the right. Either way is either 3 or 4. Okay, based on this inequality. This one, y more than negative 2 over 5x plus 4. So compare the y more is above. So means it's region 3 here. Okay, it must follow both inequalities at the same time. Okay. Then question 26. So it's given y varies directly as cube of x. Okay, means I compare y with x cubed. So I need to cube the value of x and see which one has a common ratio. Okay, so if I consider x cubed, it will be 1864. So if it varies directly, means y over x should have the same value. 32 over 1, 16 over 8, 8 over 64, all of it are different values here. Definitely this is wrong. Also, this one goes up, this one goes down, then it varies inversely actually. Okay, it shouldn't be one going up, one going down. So this one going up, one going down, definitely is inverse variation also instead of direct variation. If direct, both should increase or both should decrease. It should change the same way. Then here, if I consider x cubed, 27, 125, and 343. Yeah, it's quite obvious they have a different ratio as well. Instead here, 8, 27, 64. You can see if I take 24 divide 8, 3, 81 divide 27, 3, 192 divide 64 is 3. So it has a constant ratio. That is the one that is a direct variation with the cube of x. So that is question 26 here. Question 27. The set of data here consists of 20 positive number, means n is 20. I'm given sum of x minus mean square is 800 and sum of x square is 3220. Calculate mean of the data. So here, using these two values is the two standard deviation formula, okay, or variance formula. Okay, let's say I use variance since it doesn't have the square root. Sum of x minus mean square over n. The other variance formula, sum of x square over n minus mean square. So this should be the same. In other words, 800 over n is equals, 800 over n is 20, over 20, is equals to 3220 over 20 minus mean square. So the mean square is this 3220 over 20 minus 800 over 20. So 3220 over 20, 161. 800 over 20, 40. 161 minus 40, 141. Square opposite square root. Square root of 141. We get 11.87. Okay. Sorry, my bad. 161 minus 40 is 121. How did I get 41? Which is 11, basically. So mean is 11. Yeah. Right. Then we can look at question 28. So here they ask for which trigo function represents the graph in diagram 12. So center line here is at 1. This is a sine graph. Okay. So C is 1. Equals A sine BX plus C. C is 1. A, amplitude. Amplitude is from center line to the top or center line to the bottom, the difference, which is 3 here. 3. sine. B is how many times it repeats. So 1.5 means, sorry, not 1.5, my bad. This is only up to 180 degrees. So if I continue on to 360, it would be like this, which repeats 3 times. So it means the frequency is 3. So B is 3. 3 sine 3x plus 1. Answer D. That's how it works. Okay. We need to be able to know what your A, B, and C value tells you when it changes the trigograph. Okay. And question 29. So here we want to find the area of the unshaded region. Okay. I'm given area of both circles P and Q, 1386 cm squared and 154 cm squared. So what we can do is we look at the shaded regions. So basically 1/4, that will be half of area of the circle. Okay, so it means half of this, 1386 over 2, 693 cm square. Then same goes for the other circle, 154 divided by 2, 77 cm square. Okay. Then area of the whole thing. Yeah. ABCD is a square. Segi empat sama is square. So square, each of the sides same length. So 60 square for the area. 3,600 cm squared. So to find area of unshaded region, you can just take area of the shaded region, area of the whole thing minus area of the shaded regions. So we count 3,600 minus 693 minus 77, which I get 2,830 cm squared. That's it. We don't even need to calculate back like the radius and all that of the circles. Okay, but you need to know how much of the circle it is basically involved lah. Yeah, that's question 29. Now, question 30. So we have a plan of a land, okay, floor plan of a land that wants to become a parking area drawn in a scale of 1 to 200. So the white area, okay, is the passageway, which is the non-parking area. Okay, that is area that is prohibited from parking. So the landowner wants to build parking boxes with dimension 2.5 meters by 5 meters per box and charge a parking fee of 3 ringgit per hour for every car. Okay, find the maximum parking payment that they can get in 1 hour. So basically, we want to figure out how many parking boxes, okay, we can fit. So we convert each of these measurements according to the scale. So drawing length over actual length is equals to the scale. Means 200 times the drawing length equals to the actual length. If I take 200 times 1.5 cm means 300 cm, which is 3 meters. Yeah. So if this is 3 meters, 6.5 times 200 then divide 100 to change back to meters, 13 meters. So if this is 3 meters, means 5 meters, 5 meters. Okay, the height is 5 meters, 5 meters. So we can put the height to fit here, 5 meters and 5 meters here. So means we see how many 2.5 meters we can fit. Yeah. So 16.5 also we convert 16.5 times 2, 33 meters. So 33 divide 2.5 is 13.2. Of course, we cannot have 0.2 of a parking box. So it's 13 parking box per side. So there's 2 sides. 13 times 2, then times 3 ringgit per hour. So 13 times 2 times 3, we get 78. So maximum would be 78 ringgit if it's a fully filled parking. That's question 30. Yeah. Now, question 31 here. So locus J is a moving point where distance, okay, is always the same from line RS and line RW, means equidistant from RS and RW, equidistant from 2 lines, RS, RW, 2 intersecting lines will be the angle bisector. You want to remember all the different types of locus. Okay, in this case, angle bisector, which is the line RU. Locus K, moving point such that distance is always same from point S and point U. So also equidistant, this time from point S and point U, from 2 points. Equidistant from 2 points would be perpendicular bisector. Okay, so SU like that, perpendicular bisector of the line SU would be TW. Okay, 90 degrees, cuts right in the middle. So these 2 lines means RU and TW. Answer B. Yeah, you want to remember all 4 types of locus. The other 2 is constant distance from a point. It's a circle. Constant distance from a line is a parallel line. Okay. Then question 32. Which of the following here represents the shaded area? So we want to determine the shaded area from the set notation for the shaded area. So this is completely outside of Q. That means Q prime. Inside P, P. Inside R, R. So all this happening at the same time means intersect. P intersect R, intersect Q prime. Answer B. Okay. If it's combining 2 different parts together, then we use union. Okay. But if all the conditions at the same time, then we use intersect. Okay. So keyword would be N for intersect or for union. Then question 33. So Ridwan bought a car worth 70,000 ringgit on credit. He has paid 7,000 as down payment, and the monthly installment for his loan is 793.33. Interest charged by bank 4% per annum. How many years does Ridwan need to make the payment to the bank? So basically, his principal is not 70,000 because he paid 7,000 down payment. Principal is how much he took on the loan. So it means 70,000 minus 7,000, which is the 63,000 ringgit. So we want to use P plus PRT, the total amount that needs to be paid. So that would be 63,000 plus 63,000 times interest rate 4% times time. Okay, so it's 63,000 plus 63,000 times 4% is 2520 times time. Time is the number of years. Okay. Monthly installment, I know is 793.33. So the total amount that needs to be paid would be the monthly installment times 12 months times the number of years. Yeah. So 793.33 times 12 is 9519.96, basically 9520. Okay, so it should be the same amount, total amount that he pays and the total amount that he needs to pay. So 63,000 plus 2520t equals 9520t. 63,000 is 9520t minus 2520t, which is 7,000. Yeah, so 63,000 divide 7,000, t is 9. Means he needs to take the loan for 9 years. Okay. Yeah. That's the answer for question 33. Then question 34. So Susie works as the nurse at the clinic. Her monthly net salary is X ringgit. She saved 10% of her net salary as fixed monthly savings. Her estimated monthly expenses are as in table 3. Find the value of X if the surplus of income is 2,030 ringgit. Okay. So surplus is 2,030 ringgit, means we take 2,030 plus the fixed expense plus the variable expense, 4,950, is after the income after the fixed monthly savings. Okay, means the X, yeah, I put X as, sorry, X is the 10%, sorry, her net salary is X, yeah, okay, X minus 10% of X, so 0.1X, it is equals to the 4950, means basically 0.9x is 4950. So x will be 4950 divided by 0.9. So I calculate 4950 divided 0.9. Yeah, which we get 5,500. So that is the value of x, which is the total monthly income, monthly net salary, net income. Yeah. And question 30. A letter is chosen at random from the word biology. So calculate the probability of choosing a vowel or a letter G. So vowel or the letter G means we take the union. Okay, means it can be either. So I have I, O, O, G, I. So means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 selections out of the 7 letters. So probability is 5/7. That's it. Okay, number of outcomes that follows the event over the total number of possible outcomes. Okay, then we look at question 36. Okay, so here we have plan view, front view, and side elevation view of solid C. So you want to be able to see what shape this is. Okay, from the 3 views, basically it would be a cylinder. Okay, so what I want is just the total surface area. I'm given area of the circle is 38.5 cm square. Yeah. So I want the area of the whole surface. So first, from the area of the circle, let's find the radius. Pi times radius square equals 38.5. Radius square is 38.5 times 7/22. Okay, bring over fraction, flip it around. 38.5 times 7/22, we get 12.25. Square, bring over, opposite square root. So square root of 12.25, 3.5. Okay, radius is 3.5, means total surface area is 2 pi r square, which is just 2 times of the 38.5 plus 2 pi rh. 2 times pi, 22/7, times radius 3.5 times height 50. Okay, so 2 times 38.5 plus 2 times 22/7 times radius 3.5 times height 15, which I get 407 cm square. So answer would be B. That's the question 36. Yeah. Then question 37. So here we have angle elevation D from E. Sorry, D and E from A. So means angle elevation and depression, make sure you always compare only with the horizontal lines. So basically it means this is 30, here is 60 degrees. So I want to find length of AE in cm. Right? So I have the horizontal line here, 4 cm. Okay. So actually, just using the 60 degrees and the 4 cm with the AE, I would be able to relate because I can just take adjacent hypotenuse means cos. Cos 60 degrees equals to adjacent 4 over hypotenuse, the AE. So AE is actually just 4 over cos 60. And cos 60, okay, would be 1/2. So 4 divided 1/2 means 4 times 2, 8. Answer would be D. Yeah, just like that. Then question 38. So yeah. Here, we just want to state the transformation M, whereby quadrilateral QRSO is the image of VWPO. So this is the image of this after the transformation M. So we want to see how we get from here to here. Okay. Now, if we consider reflection, okay, so when we look at reflection, okay, one trick to look at, even if we don't want reflection, if we want to look at rotation also, sometimes looking at it in a different perspective, okay, can help us. So you don't always have to look at things in an upright position. You can always rotate the shape. Let me show you. Okay, let's say the shape. You see, if it's a reflection, I can rotate like this so that it is one on the left, one on the right. Then the line of reflection would be straight line here in between this. Yeah, but there's no letter describing. So definitely it's not going to be a reflection. Okay, so I know reflection is out. Rotation. Rotation, I want to see the angle that it rotates. When you rotate, don't go and rotate from this line to this line. It doesn't work like that. Okay, we have to compare the same one. So is this until this line means this angle. So you see 360 degrees divided by 8. 360 divided by 8. Each box is 45. So 3 times 45, 135. Is 135 clockwise with O as the center. Yeah. Okay, if it's 45 degrees, then it's wrong. It would just be like this instead. Yeah. Okay. So you have to compare the equivalent points or the equivalent lines. Yeah, in both the object and image. Then we look at question 39. So here we have point P, Q, and R collinear such that PQ to PR ratio is 1 to 2. So it's better to sketch out, okay, easier to understand. So we have points P, Q, and R. Okay. So PQ to PR ratio is 1 to 2. Means if PQ is 1, P to R is 2, means QR would be 1 as well. Means basically it's just the midpoint. Okay, they are phrasing it differently, but actually we are just finding the midpoint. So midpoint should be simple. Just add the x coordinates divided by 2, add the y coordinates divided by 2. So that gives us 5 over 2, 7 over 2, which answer would be B. Okay. Yeah. Then question 4. Here we are given cumulative frequency for distribution of marks for a group of students in the math test. Given marks obtained are at least 20 marks. Okay. So this is for group interval, basically. Okay, because less than 30, there are at least 20 marks. Means from 20 means I can form a distribution, a frequency table lah. Okay, with group intervals 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, 60 to 69, 70 to 79, 80 to 89, and 90 to 99 using the cumulative frequency here. Okay, so it's 2. I find the frequency. 2, 7 minus 2, 5. Keep subtracting the cumulative frequency before. 40 minus 7, 7. 22 minus 14 is 8. 32 minus 22, 10. 37 minus 32 is 5. 39 minus 37, 2. 40 minus 39 is 1. But to find mean, I need to use midpoints. Midpoints of the intervals, just add the lower limit and upper limit together, then divide by 2. Means 24.5 34.5, 44.5, 54.5, 64.5, 74.5, 84.5, and 94.5. Okay, so we calculate using the formula of mean, sum of each frequency times by the midpoint. Each of them add together, 5 plus 34.5 plus 7 times 44.5 plus 8 times 54.5 plus 10 times 64.5 plus 5 times 74.5 plus 2 times 84.5 plus 94.5. Get 2117, then divide by total frequency, which is 40. And I will get 52 did I count something wrongly? Right, sorry, I came wrongly. It's 2250 over 40. Yeah, each of the frequency times with the midpoint. Okay, you see. Add together. Yeah, then divide by 40, we will get 56.25, which is the answer A. Yeah, so that's for all the questions in the paper 1 here. Yeah, so that'll be all for this paper. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.